Welcome to Student, a series of animated calculus videos that will help you prepare for the AP exam. These videos were made by students for students.
Okay, so we are going to be working on finding the area between two curves. First, we're just going to be doing a multiple choice question. Let R be the shaded region enclosed by the graphs of y equals e to the negative x squared, y equals negative sine 3x, and the y-axis. Which of the following gives the approximate area of the region R? So when you're doing a problem like this, the first thing you always want to do is sketch a graph. And since we have our calculators, you can just plug the equations into y1 and y2. Now remember that when we are finding the area between two curves, we are using the definite integral. And the definite integral will add up an infinite number of rectangles as the base, dx, approaches 0, thus giving the area of the entire region. Using this, we get our equation. Alright, so here are the steps for this particular problem. First, we're going to find the limits. You'll do this by using your graphing calculator and using Calc 5 to find the intersects of the two equations. It will be 0 and 1.139. The next step is to plug in the equations. Remember that you're doing top minus bottom. Our top equation is e to the negative x squared, and our bottom equation is negative sine 3x. Next, we plug this into our calculator and using Math 9. Make sure you have all the correct parentheses and double check all the numbers to make sure none of them are incorrect. When you plug this in with Math 9, you should get 1.445. Alright, so next we're going to be doing an Frq question. And this question comes from the 2010 AP exam. When we do the Frq questions, the process would be very similar to the multiple choice question, except in this one, you will not be able to use your calculator. So the question is, let R be the region in the first quadrant bounded by the graph of y equals 2 times the square root of x, the horizontal line y equals 6, and the y-axis, as shown in the figure below. Find the area of R. So again, we're going to be using the definite integral, and since it's parallel to the x-axis, we know that we'll be doing this in terms of x and not in terms of y. So first, we find the limits, and we can do this just by looking at the graph and the x-coordinates. So it'll be 0 to 9. Next, we plug our equations in. Remember that it will be top minus bottom. Our top equation is 6, and the bottom equation is 2 times the square root of x. So next we have to solve. Since we don't have our calculator, we're going to have to solve by hand. We'll find the antiderivative. The antiderivative of 6 is 6x, and the antiderivative of 2 times square root of x is 4/3 x to the 3 halves. First, you plug in 9, and then you plug in 0. When you plug in 9, you get 54 minus 36, and when you plug in 0, you get 0. So our answer will be 18. This Frq question was just the first part of one question, and it was worth 3 points. You got 1 point for the integrand, 1 point for the antiderivative, and 1 point for the correct answer.